I generally start by asking, who here is excited about making prayer beads? Then I laugh. I want the soldiers to know they can relax. I'm not coming with any expectations, and usually this works. They'll either laugh with me or, at the very least, listen to what I have to say. I didn't plan on sharing prayer beads with soldiers. I was writing a book about how prayer beads can help trauma survivors find spiritual healing, and I wanted to test some of the material to make sure it was helpful. A friend of mine had recently retired as an Army chaplain, and he suggested I spend some time with soldiers being treated for PTSD. That sounded great, so we made arrangements for me to lead a 2-hour workshop at a nearby Army base. The plan was for me to do this 3 or 4 times, and that would be it. But that's not what happened. What happened was I met the soldiers. I shared my own story of trauma, life with PTSD, and healing, and they shared theirs. We began to connect. I talked about how years of therapy only got me so far, that the real push towards healing for me didn't come until I addressed my spiritual pain, those questions and the anger and grief I needed to share with God. They seemed to get this. Then I explained how prayer beads made a difference for me, how they helped calm my mind when fear and anxiety started to kick in, how they created space to relax and be still, how they helped me connect with God. If the beads could do this for me, I reasoned, I believed they could do this for the soldiers too. I believed this even for the soldiers who didn't have a particular faith, since I knew the beads could help with mindfulness and deep breathing. They listened. So when I finally invited them to make prayer beads, they did. Much to my delight and amazement, they gathered around the bead boxes, carefully choosing the colors and symbols that were meaningful to them. They created beautiful sets of prayer beads, then shared how they were going to use them. That was a year ago. After my second workshop, I knew I was hooked, and from the feedback of the soldiers and the base staff, it was clear they were hooked as well. So I kept coming, and I'm on the program schedule for all of 2017. Isn't this cool? Well, here's how you can play a part in this ministry. For the past year, I've been working as a volunteer, donating my time and the costs of driving 5 hours round trip from my home to the base each month. But I've reached a point where that isn't financially sustainable anymore. That's why I created this opportunity. Your donation will enable me to continue my work with the soldiers. My goal is $4,500, which will get me through another year. And so far I've raised a third of that, so we only have $3,000 to go. If I exceed my goal, then I will add more time to my work at the base, or I'll consider expanding my services to programs for soldiers in other cities. Thanks for considering this opportunity, and may God grant you peace.